Hi Cancer, welcome to your What They Aren't Telling You reading for December 23rd through January 22nd. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below, as well as the Recommend a Reader shout out, which goes to the Rosie Tarot. Love and support to her. Check her out, show her some love. This is intended to be a romantic love reading, but it may resonate in other areas of your life. All right, Cancer. What aren't they telling you and why? Cancerian. What aren't they telling you? Whoopsie. The World. Okay. So we got an ending here, or at least a pretty profound transition. All right. Ace of Coins. The Lovers. Wow. Ace of Cups. Okay. Two of Coins or Pentacles. So we got two aces. Holy cow. The Star. Boobies. Three of Swords. Four of Pentacles. All right. So Aquarius, Gemini, Taurus, or Libra. Oof. Okay. So, wow. This is someone that's torn between perhaps going forward or going back. Moving on, forgiving and moving on, or forgiving and returning. Huh. All right, Cancer. What's this Ace of Pentacles about? What's this Ace of Pentacles for Cancerian? The Devil. Could be Capricorn. What's this Three of Swords about for Cancerian? What's this Three of Swords about? There's Cancer. Oof. Yeah. So that jumped. That's the Eight of Swords reversed. This is somebody that might be starting to grieve and accept the situation with you. Could be that. What's this Lover's card about? Let's do that. What's this Lover's card about for Cancer? What's this Lover's card? Three of Pentacles. Wow, Cancer, you okay? All right. What's this Two of Pentacles about? There's Two of Pentacles. Oh my gosh. So this one jumped here. This is someone that might be looking for forgiveness or to forgive. Like this is someone that might be coming back in. Or if this is somebody you're connected to currently, and in an argument with, or there's been a falling out, this is someone that is sorry, but there's been an ending here. There's a pretty profound shift. This is someone quite possibly that is just starting to accept the ending for what it is. And that is willing to forgive, is willing to rebuild. What's this Two of Coins? This Two of Coins. Knight of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. That quite possibly, I want to give this another shot. We've got this two aces and the World. This was a pretty significant relationship, at least for this person. Perhaps they've tapped out, or they've kind of withdrawn. Maybe you've even broken up, or you're you're not talking. There's been some kind of argument, but this is someone that could be like, you know what? There's stuff we need to work on. I feel like we never got the stability that I needed, and I'm willing to work on it with you, but they just can't bring themselves to say it. Like that's okay. What's this Ace of Cups about? This Ace of Cups. The Moon, Pisces or Cancerian. Wow. What's this star card about? Boobies. What's this star card about? Oh, oh my goodness. Oh, this, you know what? This is someone that wants back in the fold, Cancers. For the Cancer that I'm reading for, Cancers that I'm reading for, maybe it is the Cancer that I'm reading for. This is somebody that just can't bring themselves to step forward and say that they have turned a corner. There's been some kind of shift and they want to work this out. They're ready for forgiveness. They're ready to forgive. And they want the stability that they thought was lacking prior, but they can't bring themselves to say it. Don't be surprised. This happened with a couple other signs too. If you out of the blue hear from this person, because the feelings are there, the energy is there, but they can't bring themselves quite yet. It feels like they've just started to turn the corner about holding a grudge and being shut down to working through their feelings about it. All right. I think honestly, it feels like they're trying to sort things out, and in doing so, I mean, they're trying to get a handle on their emotions, and it's like they're kind of losing the battle in their mind, and it's slowly creeping in the finality of this and what has transpired, and because of that, I think because this might be so new to them, they're not ready to come forward and say they're sorry if this was just an argument, or get back in touch if this was an actual break, like an ending. Pretty profound. But they're wanting, if they were to be able to say something to you, it would be they'd want to work this out. They'd want to rebuild. I think they understand now that they were as much a part of this as, I don't think they blame you like they did before. This is someone that's kind of looking at themselves now and understanding, oh, did I do that? Oh, well, maybe, oh, geez, oh. And they would like to eventually make things right. Eventually say they're sorry if that's what would make something right. This is not about somebody wanting to reconcile so much as working through their feelings and wanting to rebuild. I think they would like to be with you, but I don't know if they think there's a chance. So that's probably what's keeping them away also. What's this? Four of coins here. What's this Four of Pentacles? Sometimes that looks like a 6 to me. What's this Four of Pentacles for Cancerian? Seven of Swords. All right. Okay, so yeah. They don't, it's like they kind of just want you to leave them alone, because they're just deep in their feelings, and it's like they don't want you to know that. They don't want anybody else to know that. They have really struggled with how uncertain things are, and the fact that they didn't know everything. They might have felt a little betrayed or deceived or whatnot, but they're also recognizing that they contributed to that. And the feelings it's like somebody can't stave the feelings off anymore, and they're really trying to figure out how they feel. They're really trying to work through it. And they're trying to figure things out on their own. They're not ready, especially since they were so one way before, like they might have been holding a grudge before, and all of a sudden they're starting to realize, oh, okay, I wasn't perfect either. I this, I that, but it's going to take them a while. So if you're waiting for them to come back in, don't. It's going to be out of the blue and unexpected. You'll have been farther down the road when it happens. Just saying, it's not going to happen anytime soon. Like, we're talking months here. If you don't care, maybe they got that message and that's why they're staying away, because they just figure, well, gosh, I didn't handle this very well, and what would I say? You know, they probably weren't. I think this ended poorly, or things were said that were quite painful here. And that's part of the reason why they're like going back and forth whether they should come back or not. So this is someone that, I don't feel like you're talking though, but if you were to get word of what they said, this is someone that had a problem with the uncertainty or with just the profound lack of stability. Someone's issues undermining the security, and deep down they would have wanted to work it out. I think since it didn't work out, they might have held a grudge, or they might have been like, I gotta go and I'm sad about it, I'm gonna work through this, but at the same time they blamed, or they were angry, or they're heartbroken. They're starting to kind of soften, but again, there's not going to be any reaching back out to you for a while. This is someone that wants to understand how they feel first. And they do want to, the thing is, they want eventually to get to their happily ever after, but they're trying to figure out, how wrong am I, right? Whether that happily ever after is going to be with you and rebuilding, or if it's just them being clear of this to rebuild with someone else, to like start anew with someone else, that's going to be depending on your dynamic. There was and is a love here, and this is something that they are willing to work through, but I think they might feel like it's too late. So perhaps when they do reach back out, it's just to explain themselves or to apologize, but it might not be a reconciliatory attempt. So just saying. Okay. All right. What would Cancer's person say to them? What would Cancer's person say to them? Your intensity frightens and allures me all at the same time. Well, okay then. There's that that bond, and the way they felt and feel, and probably why they're like, I'm not going and facing that, because it's just dawning on me right now how much I screwed up, or that I did screw up. I'm not holding a grudge anymore, and now I'm raw and vulnerable. I'm not going to, because I don't want somebody to unleash this torrent on me and, talk about how hurt they are, because I'm starting to feel how, hurt I am, and I don't think I can handle it. What else for Cancerian? Guide. All right, so you're again, what I mentioned earlier, it's going to depend on your personal dynamic with this person, whether this is about rebuilding with you or rebuilding anew with someone else. The thing is, they're trying to resolve their issues once and for all. So whether they can do that with you and rebuild, or whether there's just stopping by to say, I'm really sorry, I figured out that I have a tendency to do this, and I didn't realize it at the time, but I just want you to know that I figured it out, and I'm sorry. And then off they go with someone else. It's going to depend on your specific dynamics, and also the connection that you still feel with this person, and what your intuition says about how you feel about them. It could be that that's all that's left to say between you two, is this person finally coming around and realizing that they, with the mistakes they made, and apologizing and moving on. But your intuition will be pretty important here, and as well as your intuition about how you feel about this person. Like, I love them, but I just think it's better left alone, or, I think we got a shot. I still feel open towards you. I still am willing to attend to this love I feel for you. You know what I mean? All right. All right. What else for Cancerian? What else for Cancer? I think the more for the Cancers that I'm reading for, the more your person gets into how they feel and really is like, whoa, oh my gosh, the more they're going to be kind of shut down and under themselves, and trying to kind of work through it and get some distance from it and mitigate and manage it, because it's uncomfortable. And that's going to also, you would think it'd make them want to reach out and go, I am so sorry, oh my gosh. Nope, it kind of sends them into this lockdown mode. And it's, if anything, it kind of makes them shy away from everything because the feelings are finally opening up and they're like, oh my gosh, what have I done? What's going on? Yeah. All right. Six of Cups was there. I was going to pull it, but I can't remember if it was, I'd stopped shuffling or not. All right. What else for Cancer? What else for Cancer? And I would say they might be telling you this, but they're really going to this, but it doesn't feel like you two are talking. This feels like, again, if you're thinking about ending it, if you haven't ended it yet, if you're thinking about ending it, or if you're thinking it's over, this is somebody that deep down is pretty hurt and is not wanting you to see them that way. So they might be saying, well, you know, I just need to look for my options for the future. I need to figure out what's best for me. But no, there's still feelings there. This is... What else for Cancerian here? Yeesh. World. Okay. All right, you got two worlds here. Two cards of things being complete. Things are as they should be, which very well could be them coming back in to say they're sorry and to close out this chapter. Both of you just move on. Consider that this is someone that would rather... It could very well be that this is someone that would just rather hide the issues or deal with them very privately and just not want to work things out after all. That it's just too big, or they don't... It's like, whatever happened. I do want to apologize, but we just got to move on. It was irreparable because of someone feeling betrayed or feeling like, you know what, what happened... This person apparently had a real problem with the lack of stability and the lack of certainty in the relationship. And you also, Cancer, need to consider that there were things about them that you didn't know. And if they're willing, I get that what's done is done, but for someone to start being open to their feelings and how they feel about this and not reach back out and go, you know what, I think I was wrong. It does take two. I'm sorry. This is someone that can very easily compartmentalize things. So that I don't know if, especially since we got the world twice here, I don't know if you should be devoting so much more time to this, because there's a whole another side to this person that they keep kind of locked away, and the more they feel vulnerable, the more they shut down and they withdraw. It's like, well, I'm just not feeling the security here, and instead of owning up to, hey, I know I messed up, I don't know how to deal with this. You messed up and you hurt me. I don't know what to do with this. I don't know. I got the world here twice. This is someone that would rather shy away and deal with their things in private and get some distance from it, instead of letting you see them vulnerable and wanting to work things out and rebuild. On the one hand, you're like, okay, wow, they're really hurt. They feel deeply. Okay, but don't shut me out. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like it. It's all compassionate. And now we got the world twice. It's like, I don't. It almost feels like they're giving up. Instead of saying they're sorry and trying to rebuild, even though they'd be open to it, they're just not telling you that. They would want that, but they're cautious. They would just rather go away. They would rather keep that from you. To be fair, if it's ended, why would they, right? If it's over, if they're like, oh, there's no chance, why would they? But if they're coming back by to say they're sorry, which they will, and to explain themselves, what's the point? If you're done, you're done. You don't need to reopen anything. Why would they do that? Okay. All right. No more devotion to this, please. Because this person would rather let this die, even though they want to rebuild, and even though they'd like to work on stuff, they would rather let this die than to work on it with you and rebuild it with you, because they don't want you to see them vulnerable. They don't want to open... Right, what else for Cancerian? What else for Cancerian? The Magician, okay. The Magician reverse, Gemini, Virgo, or that could be why. It's a loss of control. They don't want you to see him like that. Gemini, Virgo, or Aries. And, tough one. It was like this. Okay. And balance. So there's a need for balance because things were so imbalanced, perhaps with somebody that wasn't. It was like there was a wall. They weren't letting their feelings show. Things weren't progressing. This was somebody that might have been, control was an issue here. Didn't feel some efficacy or control in their own life. Had things partitioned to where you didn't have access to certain things, especially when they felt vulnerable or confused or hurt. They cut and run and tried to manage and control, and instead of saying, I do want this, but I don't know what to do with how I feel, and you hurt me, and I don't know how to move past that or trust you now, but I still love you, and I don't know what to do. To be fair, that is really hard to say, but there was a love here, and they'd rather let it go because of pride and fear than to rebuild, even though they want to. Okay. All right. Well, it is what it is, right? No wonder the whole using your intuition when it happens, because when they come, because this is layered. It's layered. It's convoluted. I could see why the stars showing up, because this is heavy. We got the world twice. All right. Okay. Thank you for stopping by. I hope this was helpful. Good luck to you and your person. I hope you two find peace with this. This was not easy for either of you, and I suspect you feel a bit abandoned. They're just not letting you know how they feel. And they'd rather make it look like they're just deciding on things, and because it's a control thing, because they don't want you. The more they feel, the more they're sad. The more they're gonna shut down and try to lock that control down. But this is someone that just wasn't. This wasn't. The effort and momentum wasn't there, and they didn't feel like anything could be done. Maybe they tried to control it. Maybe they were too hands off. It was all about being strategic, though, to keep themselves kind of locked away and protected. Okay. Could swim around in that for a while. I hope this was helpful, and I hope to see you in the next reading. No more energy towards this. It's too much. It's too much. They gotta meet you halfway and show up for this. They can't be having all these excuses that they're not even telling you, and then showing up out of the blue anyway when they feel in control again. Again, surface level understandable, but I mean, with all this entailed here, no, you need to move forward. This can't be all on you, and if they're not willing to rebuild or share, then nope. You take care, and I hope to see you in the next reading. I thank you for stopping by.